Radka, and welcome to another edition of FLX Weekly here at FingerLakes1.com. Today is February 15th, 2022, and we are live inside the FingerLakes1.com studio, where I'm joined by Jim Sinicropi, Felecia Dombrowski, and Michelle Grasek, who is a licensed acupuncturist and the founder of Seneca Falls Acupuncture, which is right in our building, which is nice to have that. Today's show is brought to you by Cafe 19 in Seneca Falls. As always, they have new lunch specials every week. They do a great job in rotating great, amazing food. You can check out their Facebook to always keep up to date with what they have each week. I did look, in today's special as a pork burrito bowl. Have you had that before?
Yes, I had their burrito bowls, and yesterday she had plenty of Valentine's Day treats.
Yes, I'm sure she probably maybe, if they didn't all sell out, might have a little bit of something still left
Well, they'll
today.
make more too. So.
Yeah, well, yeah. And in that pork burrito bowl, of course, it's like got everything you can want. Peppers, onions, avocado, street corn, salsa, cilantro, lime, rice. So on a beautiful sunny day, I feel like that is a
Get a bowl.
nice, day for
Love
a bowl.
me a burrito bowl.
Yeah, all
Can't go
types of
wrong.
burrito bowls, and
Can't go
they
wrong.
they do an amazing job. But we are officially happy to welcome you into the studio. Excited to
Michelle.
have you. You have been in this building for how many years now?
4 years.
4 years. So kind of just a little bit after us, she had joined.
Yeah, how long have we been here?
I think we've been here for 5, maybe 6 years now.
I think
more?
A few more, maybe.
Oh, gee, see, I don't know. COVID has messed me up. Time has gone away from me. But you have so many great things that you offer. I'm going to start by asking you, a little bit about yourself. I want you to tell our viewers who you are, how you got into acupuncture, and all the fun stuff.
Sure. So my name is Michelle Grasek. I'm an acupuncturist. I've been licensed for almost 13 years. And I went to the chiropractic college, so right here in town for
Nice.
acupuncture. And my specialties are cosmetic acupuncture, pain management, and digestion.
Beautiful. And there's a lot of different acupunctures out there. So cosmetic is something I didn't know so much about. So we're definitely going to learn more about that as we continue on with the show. But I do want to ask you, did you ever think that you were going to grow up and be in the field of acupuncture?
Kind of.
Okay, that's good.
Which is an unusual answer,
Yeah.
I think. So when I was in high school, I did a New Visions program through BOCES, where we spent time at the hospital, and we took a field trip to the acupuncture school. It had just opened. And the dean at the time gave us a talk, and I think I was 16, and I remember thinking, that sounds really cool, but I want to go to med school.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was in undergrad, and I was like, maybe I really don't want to go to med school.
There's a lot more school after that.
Yes, yeah,
Right.
I was preparing to study for the MCATs. I was in a biology learning community, which is all pre-med students, and so it was a very intense time, and everyone was preparing to study for the MCATs, and I was like, is this what I want?
Yeah, it's
Right.
quite a commitment.
Yeah,
Where'd you go to high school?
Romulus.
Oh, no kidding. Okay, so.
Local through and through.
Yeah.
You're local, but you had your fair share of traveling. Was that due to the field that you chose, or was that like passion of yours to travel around?
I do love to travel. I studied abroad in England twice, and we went to China for 3 weeks in acupuncture school.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, because they practice all those medicines, and you learn a lot more hands-on stuff that you could bring back here, for sure.
So you had a good experience at formerly NYCC, now the Northeast College of, what do you think about the name change of the college?
Yeah, I feel like NYCC it rolls off the tongue, but I think
Yeah.
I'm probably biased just because that's what I
Sure.
learned.
Right,
But yeah.
right. So let's dive in a little bit. So what is the difference between cosmetic acupuncture and traditional acupuncture?
So cosmetic acupuncture is specifically to help address and prevent wrinkles and fine lines on the face.
Oh, man.
We both like each
Yeah.
other, like, oh, we love that. Okay, so that's what you specialize in downstairs, correct? But
Yeah.
you do a lot more, I feel like, down there. What else do you do besides the cosmetics?
I treat a lot of pain. I feel like most acupuncturists are specialists in pain. That's probably what I see the most of on a regular basis, but also anxiety, digestion, headaches.
Checking
It's a
all
pretty-
the boxes. for
Right.
you right now.
Pretty
So like
wide
joint
range.
pain,
Yeah.
arthritis?
Yep,
That type of stuff?
fibromyalgia.
Wow.
No kidding.
Yeah, so that's what I always knew acupuncture as. I knew a few people
Yeah.
in my family that go for pain management. But when I was looking at your site, I was like, look at all of these benefits. And, you know,
So I have to
face.
ask, what is the difference, because I get Botox, I'll just say it now. What is the difference between acupuncture and Botox when it comes to
Preventing
results and
the line.
preventing?
Yeah, so the goal of cosmetic acupuncture, so it's the acupuncture points on the face, is that when you put the needle in, you're creating what's called a teeny tiny micro trauma under the dermis. And then the body's natural healing response for that is to basically like restructure the area with protein, which happens to be collagen and elastin. So with cosmetic acupuncture, the purpose is to help build collagen.
Okay.
Whereas with Botox, you're freezing the
Yeah,
muscle,
you're
right?
barely-
So Botox at least prevents you from moving the muscle, so you're not going to create those wrinkles.
Yes.
But the goal of acupuncture is if you have wrinkles and fine lines, that you're actually like refilling in the area a little bit.
Okay.
So it's more of a long-term, you don't need to like replenish the Botox treatment. If you do the acupuncture consistently, it should take care of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
Yep.
something that can restore, or is it more preventative? Like once you've gone down, once you have the fine line wrinkles, is it too late?
I would say cosmetic acupuncture has a softening effect.
Okay.
It's definitely never too late. The other thing that cosmetic acupuncture does is that it improves microcirculation in the skin. And so, I mean, if you imagine just like massaging your face, people always look brighter and more like youthful and awake just from that, and acupuncture is doing the same thing. So it's sort of like it doesn't matter if you have wrinkles or you don't, it's usually going to improve the condition of the skin, but it can be preventative as well.
beautiful. Well, I'm just looking at your skin while you're talking. And I'm like, this is such beautiful skin. Do you do
Thank
it
you.
on yourself?
Mm-hmm.
So,
I do.
like, where does it go? How does it work? Like, walk me through the process. I come into your office and I decide I want to get some cosmetic acupuncture. How does that go?
So first we would discuss your health history and if you have anything going on lately that you wanted to balance, because acupuncture or cosmetic acupuncture always starts with a body treatment for balancing the internal system. So really common things that we'll work on the body when someone's getting cosmetic acupuncture are things like hormone balance, digestion, and usually stress or sleep. So we'll have a discussion, we'll put the points in the body, and then we'll do the points on the face. Usually I just let people nap for like 30 minutes. If you've never had acupuncture before, it's kind of hard to imagine that you could fall asleep with points in your body and points in your face, but people usually do. It's pretty quiet and warm, and for some people, it's their only like true quiet time of the
Right.
whole day.
Ooh.
So they just zonk out, and then I'll come back and take everything out, and then we usually do, it's called a gua sha facial massage. So I don't know if you're familiar with gua sha, but it's that little, it's usually like a crystal or a polished stone, and then you use that to massage the person's face.
Beautiful.
And then you're
That
done.
sounds, so it's basically like you're going and getting, like, as someone would say, like a facial massage, the relaxing aspect of
Yeah.
it, and the benefits that you get from it. I know you mentioned being in China and Chinese medicine practices, all this stuff. Why do they focus so much on the whole body health? Because that was
Yeah.
surprising to me. You start with the body before you can go to the face. I thought, you go in and they're like, all right, let's put some needles in your face. And that's that.
In Chinese medicine, we are always trying to treat what we call the root and the branch. So you could think of the root sort of like someone's constitution, and that's really the way that all of their different organ systems are functioning together. And the idea is if you treat the branch or the symptom, of course, they're going to feel better for a short time. But if you're also treating the root, then you're helping the body be more efficient in the healing process so that they can feel better faster and it will last longer. And it's really the same approach with skincare. In Chinese medicine, the idea is that beautiful skin is really rooted in good health, right? If your inflammation is low, if your body has the resources that it needs, it can direct it to the skin, because the skin is an organ, right?
Right.
It does need resources to perform its best and actually look its best.
You're making me want to already book an
Sign
appointment,
me up.
walk right downstairs and be like, all right,
Be a
I'm ready.
requester.
Yeah. So how can people learn more about you and what you do?
Sure. So my website is senecafallsacupuncture.com, and then my Instagram account is Acupuncture Glow.
Ooh, acupuncture.
What
glove.
percentage of your current clientele are cosmetic versus pain management?
So that's a good question. I would say probably 60% pain management and then 40 cosmetic.
Are those referrals from like a doctor that says, this might help you, or are they word of mouth? Like, how do you find these folks?
It's a lot of word of mouth. There's a couple local doctors who refer. I try to show up on Instagram as much as I can. I think that cosmetic acupuncture is really interesting for people on Instagram.
Right.
So I feel like I get most of my new cosmetic patients from Instagram.
So as far as like general physicians and maybe physical therapists and all that, how do they view what you do? Or is it split, or are there some people that are saying, no, that doesn't work, it's a voodoo science, or like how are you received by like the rest of the medical community in the area?
I think it's pretty good, to be honest. And it's improved so much in the past 13 years since I've been licensed. And I think the internet has a lot to do with
Right.
that people can look up like solid research behind it. And I find that most MDs are happy to recommend acupuncture. It's kind of comes down to, have they met an acupuncturist that they feel comfortable sending people to? Because it's always nice as a healthcare provider if you're sending someone somewhere else,
Right.
if you've actually met them and you feel like, oh, that person is really nice, they'll listen to this person's health history, they'll take good care of them. So they're definitely up for acupuncture, I think. It's whether or not they know somebody in particular to refer to.
And it's non-invasive, and you're not prescribing, pharmaceuticals that, might have negative effects. It's
Right,
really
yeah.
like a holistic option.
Yeah, I feel like in
Yeah.
today's day and age too, it could only keep growing. I
Yes,
feel like,
I agree.
I've gone through the doctors and not knowing what's wrong with me and all this stuff, and I was like, all right, let me look at the other side of things, because you grow up and you're just told, you got to go to the doctors, like the doctors always know, but there are different ways. And I think acupuncture could be a huge benefit. Like I said, I have family members that have done it for years, but I never thought to myself like, oh, I don't have much pain, I'm young, I don't need to do it. But then when you talk about like the gut health
Just
and the
wait until you turn
digestive,
30.
it's all downhill from then. I think it would be so exciting to try it out and try for the whole body, like you were talking about. And I know cosmetic is probably not one and done, so how do you
Right, yeah.
recommend, like how many sessions does somebody have to achieve what you think would be like the best results?
So the usual treatment protocol that's recommended is twice a week for 5 or 6 weeks, and then monthly maintenance.
Okay.
And then every 2 to 3 years, people will redo that twice a week for 5 weeks.
So it is a commitment, like,
Mhm.
and you got to think though,
Yeah.
you're committing to a lot of things, not just, getting your face to feel more
Well,
beautiful.
part of the draw
Yeah.
might be too, everybody's so busy nowadays that if you do commit to this, you are committing to also just taking a half an hour out of your week to just do nothing.
Yeah.
Like you said, you fall asleep half the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, how long are the treatments usually?
So they're typically an hour.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to me because I have a hard time falling asleep in general. So I'd be
Yeah.
curious if I could actually
Relax
fall asleep.
and-
Yeah, and wind down.
I
Yeah, it
feel
depends
like
on the person.
when you go to a spa, let's say, you're like, think that you're relaxed, but then all of a sudden
Your brain
mind,
doesn't stop.
Yeah, your mind is just
I
going.
so I got a massage on Friday, and it was the first time I have ever actually fallen asleep during massage. Like I felt like I actually relaxed.
Right.
My mind wasn't going a million miles a minute. My arm was like falling off of the table.
Yeah, it's
But-
weird how you think you're going to a relaxing environment and you might not relax. So this, I would love to challenge you, Felecia, to go and see if you could
Challenge
have
accepted.
ultimate relaxation. And you did actually bring some needles for
I
us
did,
to
yeah.
have a little live demonstration. So I kind of want you to walk us through and tell us what
Sure.
you're going to do right here live on Felecia, I think.
Sounds good.
Amazing. Yeah, so it's really super simple. I'm just gonna swab the point with some alcohol, and then we'll pop the needle in, and then that's it.
Arm.
Yeah, we'll do the back.
what is this targeting, like when you do
Perfect.
right there?
So this is kind of a neutral point by itself, but it's very commonly combined with a point on the foot for headaches.
Oh, well, that works
So they're
perfect.
kind of a pair.
You're definitely prone to those, aren't you? So, and none of us here have ever got acupuncture. We're such newbies.
Exciting.
So, are you nervous a
No.
little?
Nah, after Botox, I feel like
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
true.
Should be,
know what
it
I
should be
mean?
easy.
Yeah. So I like to see like what they actually look like because I've never even known that.
Ready?
Wow, that's it. And
You
she's
okay?
like, and so
I will survive.
so naturally, normally in a session, you would put these all over certain pressure point, or not pressure points, but points of the body, and leave them for an hour like that.
Yep. So we'll
Wow.
just take it out.
She's like, now that
So
just
easy.
having that in there, did that do anything? Yeah, or she would need more time.
Well, she would need more time. Yeah.
That's super simple. You would think that, like, I'm sure people are nervous when they hear it is considered a needle that goes into
That you
parts of your skin.
literally barely feel it.
They are
It's-
teeny
It's-
tiny.
Yeah.
And it's just going underneath the surface of the skin.
For the most part,
Not
yeah.
like going into your vein, like you're getting a shot.
Yeah.
Right.
So an average treatment, how many needles would be in at the same time?
So it's usually about 20 for like a body treatment.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, like, and you're just sitting there. See, my mind would be going all over because I'm like, all right, don't move, because if I move, I might accidentally like hit one of the needles, poke it in. I don't know. That's just how my brain goes. But
I leave everybody with a little call button.
Oh,
so if
yeah.
sometimes
In the event of
people
emergency.
right, call it the panic button, but like nothing ever happens.
right.
But sometimes as people are falling asleep, they twitch, and that's when they hit the button. So then
Oh,
I'm like, hi, like, you hit the button? And they're like, what? No. I'm sorry. I'm like,
just
I
heard
will
the
leave you alone.
Yeah, I guess too, I was so unaware that like once you put them in there, then you don't have to do anything. So you're not even in the room. Where I picture
Right.
like a massage or something, they're in there the whole time. So yeah, you really
Yeah.
do have that.
Are there other
relaxation.
use cases for acupuncture for like sports performance or focus?
Yeah, for both.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. There's so much then. There's so many different options. And
Yeah.
Can you treat like, can you like say, okay, I want to do the cosmetic, but in the same time, I would like something to increase my focus?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you can kind of do 2 for 1 kind of.
Mm-hmm.
it would put it right here in my head. Focus. Yeah, and also we talked off the air. You have on your site like for frequently asked questions, and one of them is about being pregnant and getting the acupuncture done, which is completely safe, correct?
Mhm.
There's just some
Yep.
certain points that are different that you can't. I think that I would take advantage of that for the like pain part
Yeah.
of it. Like I definitely have noticed like sciatica stuff, and I'm sure that would be able to help, right?
Yeah, definitely. And it's nice because you can't really take medication right now,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So then you don't have to worry about side effects. And
Yeah.
it's good for nausea as well.
Luckily, I don't have that much
We're
anymore.
both
But
going.
It's good.
yeah, it's like, it just opens up a door that you might not have ever thought about because you just hear about it and you're like, oh, I don't think I need it. But there's so many benefits to it. And we have you right here in Seneca Falls, right here in our building. You have
Yeah.
so many positive reviews I saw on your site too. So obviously people like what you're doing and they continue to come back. Do you have a huge repeat customer base?
Mm-hmm.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Not just like a one and done and then they're like, all right, I did it, I tried it. They want to keep coming back.
Is everybody that comes in like open to the possibility of this, or do some people come in and say, my wife made me come in, and
Classic.
I don't
Yeah.
believe in this, but I'm going to do it. And have you converted anybody like that?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I mean, there's so much research that shows that usually the females in the family make the decisions for healthcare for the whole family.
Right.
So I get a lot of guys who are like, well, my wife really wants me to just try this. I would say for people to show up, they're kind of open-minded about it, but it's like once they feel better, even after one treatment, they're like, this is fine, this is easy, I can't believe I felt different. And
Right.
then, and then it's, no problem for
And
them.
then they start telling people like, oh, it actually works,
Yeah.
It's exciting. I definitely think I want to try and, go down that road and try some of the new stuff. Jim, would you ever have pictured yourself thinking about?
Yeah, no, I've thought about it for a while. The way I am, I just like think about it, and the next thing you know, 3 years go by.
And you walk by her office
Right, no, I think
every
about it.
single
I'm
day
like,
with
because
George.
I've
Big
asked her
wave.
before about smoking cessation.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Focus, like I like to golf, and my biggest problem is you're out there I feel like I play good golf when I'm like zoned in into a certain zone, but finding like
Yeah.
that zone for 4 hours straight is difficult.
Mm.
And so that, and then obviously like the cosmetic stuff, the
Yeah.
fine line stuff.
I thought you were gonna say
fighting a losing
pain.
battle.
With your growing age.
Our age is all growing.
Yeah, every day.
But yeah, I don't have chronic pain usually. I had headaches for a while, and they kind of went away about 5 or 6 years ago. Maybe I don't get them that often anymore. I used to get them like 2-3 times a month, really bad. I don't know why, but they just kind of stopped.
Say someone threw their back out the other
Oh,
week.
man.
Would they be able to come in and have an acupuncture treatment to help that?
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
Well, it's
Remember
better
you.
already.
Yeah, well, I remember you complaining
I know,
about
I threw
it.
my back out. It was bad for like 12 to 24 hours, but
Oh.
no, I have thought about it for those things that I've mentioned, and I guess I never really took the time to ask you about like exactly what cosmetic side of it would be. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's benefits I think for everybody. Could find a reason for this, and again, also the fact that you're taking time out of your day to do something for yourself, that you're going to relax and just kind of check out for a half hour, 45 minutes, lay
Yeah.
down. So there's a lot of benefits to it. It's great that it's available right here, not only in our building, but in Seneca Falls. For people that don't know, we're in the North Park building. It's the old intermediate school, the old high school back in like the 1940s
Yep.
and before. So it's really accessible. She's right inside the back door.
Yeah, you have a beautiful
Yeah.
space too. I remember I've
Thank
walked in a
you.
couple times on accident when there's
Yeah, really relaxing,
sessions going on.
comfortable.
It's so quiet, and I'm like, I need to slowly back away.
Oh, you're
Slowly back up. Yeah,
It
but
is very quiet in there.
What are your, like, you got a long future ahead of yourself. So where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 or even 15 years?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would love to hire an associate acupuncturist. I did try in, I think it was early 2021, but it's kind of tough because you're asking people to relocate, right? And it
Yeah.
was just a part-time position. But I'd love to try that again and kind of like build the space with more providers.
I can see as the years go on, your gap between pain and cosmetic getting less and less, so that
Yeah, it's
cosmetic might
growing.
actually take over, I feel like. I mean, pain will always be there, and that's
Right.
great, but I think what you have, the cosmetic side, is special, for
It's
sure.
pretty unique.
Then how do you feel about running the business side of things? Because it's all you, right?
Yeah.
So what's that been like, and did you receive any training for that in school? Or was that just kind of learn as you go?
It's a lot of learn as you go. I mean, they definitely do their best to train you for what you need to open a business because, especially when I graduated, it was pretty much like if you want to have a job, you are opening your own business.
Right.
I think there are more opportunities now for acupuncturists to be hired as associates by other people as the profession grows. I really like the business side of things. I mean, if I never had to answer the phone again for the rest of my life, that'd be okay. I think that's true of a lot of people.
Yes, the customer service side.
Yeah, I'm even okay with that. I'm like, text
Yeah.
text the number. It's like a business app on my phone. You can text it.
Yeah, right.
Or email. But other than that, I like marketing. I like thinking about how I can grow the practice and
Awesome.
get more visible.
And when you're not working on people, what do you do in your downtime for fun?
Ooh, I love walking, hiking, running, especially. Today is a good day for that.
Yes.
For any of those things.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5Ks, marathons, like where do you fit in there? Or
I
not
usually
competitively?
not competitive.
I
Mm-mm.
see your life being very calm and
Low
relaxed.
key.
Yeah. Something we all need a little bit more of, I think. A little
Favorite places to
woosah.
hike in the Finger Lakes?
I'm going to regret sharing this, I think, but there is a wetlands preserve here in Seneca Falls that nobody knows about on Blackbrook Road, and that is my favorite place to hike.
Oh,
It's called,
okay.
now I can't think of it.
I know,
It's
I'm like
actually
picturing it.
maintained by Spring
Seneca-
Meadows.
yeah,
by
yeah,
Seneca
it's,
Meadows.
Education.
Yeah, I'm
across from
looking at the
Educational
sign.
Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that it went any further than like a few feet, but.
No, it's
Yeah,
pretty
it's a
big.
couple miles.
A lot of
Wow. Now I'm
migratory
gonna have
birds.
to check it out.
Yes.
You're gonna have to
There'll be
like-
so many
people are
people
gonna
at
come.
my, in my space.
Well, before we wrap up, because it's already is almost time for us to go, I just want you to give everybody again where they can find you, how they can book appointments with you, a phone number or a text number.
email.
Yes. Yeah.
So my website is senecafallsacupuncture.com, and people can make an appointment right on there. There's a book now button like in every possible space. The phone number is, let's see if I can get it right, 607-216-8112. So text and calls are fine. I actually have a receptionist, so she is marvelous
yeah.
at actually answering the
Yes.
phones.
Perfect. You already kind of got rid of that for you.
Yes.
And now it's like, all right, her job.
She's super. And then, of course, email is info@senecafallsacupuncture.com.
Beautiful. Well, you have taught me a lot more about acupuncture today, and it gets me excited to look more into it. You have so much information on your website. You have a blog where people can really learn about it, feel comfortable about going, and then book that appointment. So I think what you're doing is amazing. And us newbies here, we need to jump on the train. We need to just be like, hey, it's my lunch. I'm going to walk downstairs
Yes.
real quick, relax. It's so nice. It's not like a spa. Now I'm thinking like you don't have to get your hair messed up. You don't have to get like
Right.
your makeup messed up for us girls. That's even more of a bonus, I think. But just like that, anybody got anything exciting going on this weekend?
I'm going to a concert at Del Lago Friday night. Docking
Don't know
and
who
the
they
Witch
are.
Mob. They were like a.
Sounds aggressive.
Yeah, no, they
Definitely
were
not like your cum life.
1980s, the lynch mob. Well, the former guitarist
She's
for
worse.
Dokken, his name was George Lynch.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not like
Okay.
there's not going to be
Not
any
lynching.
lynchings. No.
Okay.
That's good.
But that's a play on that word, though. But I'm not really super excited about it. But I've always maintained, okay, Dokken, a band I used to listen to in high school, is coming, or what's left of them, is coming to Tyre, New York. I think I'll make
Oh,
the
cool.
10-minute drive and
Yeah.
I'll check it out. So a few of us are going out there, and then, but I don't have high hopes.
Yeah. Oh,
I-
well, well, hopefully it's better than what your hopes are.
Yeah, and then what else? Sunday we're leaving to go to Virginia to take Jackie, my daughter, to look at
Oh,
some
yeah.
colleges.
That's exciting. It's that time for you guys. That's a fun time.
Exciting. I don't know if that's a word.
Hmm.
It's stressful.
Are you doing anything fun and exciting?
Helping host a baby shower. Rachel's baby shower.
Oh, that's right.
Is this weekend at Three Brothers, so
You
pretty
just- yeah.
excited about. That's pretty much going to take up the whole weekend, I think.
Yeah, you just remind me. I was like, do I have anything going on this week? I'm like, oh, yeah, I do. Yeah. I have to go to the baby shower, so that's my big exciting weekend. Do you have anything planned?
Probably just a hike.
I didn't ask you your hours. Are you open on the weekends at all, or is it just during the week?
No,
Yeah.
just during the week.
Yeah, okay. So then that will be all on your website as well.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
a hike for you, some baby showers for us, and some lynch
Lynches.
mob for
Docking.
you.
Well, Docken's the headliner.
Yeah,
but
Dokken.
like I said, it's
Docken and Lynchon.
Yeah, sheesh. But just like that, it's already time for us to go. So I hope you had
Yeah,
fun.
thanks for coming up.
We
Thank
enjoyed
you.
Yeah, thank
having
you so much.
And of course, everybody watching, we hope you enjoyed the show. And if you did, you can click like, you can share with our friends, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be back again next weekend. And until then, have a great weekend here in the Finger Lakes.